Hello and welcome to today's Greek video. Hopefully I'll be doing more of these more frequently. We're going to be returning to Procopius. If you don't know who that is or what he's about, you can look at my first video from this series where I introduce him. So we're continuing from his History of the Wars in Book 3. And I'll read the Greek out loud first, and then I'll kind of translate, and this will be kind of edited together, so I'll probably in real life be stumbling through it. I've looked up some of the words from beforehand that were in the text, and I've got them on my notes, so I haven't written out a full translation. The method that I do, which seems to work pretty well, which I did when I was taking some of my classes, is to read through the text and write down all the words that I didn't know or wasn't sure about, and then look them up, and then just write down their definitions, maybe a point about their grammar or something like that, and then go back and try to read the text through just by using those notes. So that's kind of the method that I'm using. So without further information, I'll go ahead and read the Greek out loud. It's from the same website that I used before. Epede Theodosios ho Romainon autokraton hex anthropon he phinisto aner Dikaios in tois malista gegonos kai agathos ta polemia diedaxasthein autou tein basilean ampho to paide Arcadios min ho presbyteros tein heoan moiran tein hesperian de honorios ho neoteros diereto dehode to Romaion kratos anothen apote Constantinu kai ton auto paidon hostein basilean es budantion metatheminos mezzo te tein polin kai polo epiphinesteran kataste sanmenos apautu afeke pros agoraustai. And I'll stop there for now. And just a note on my pronunciations. These are probably not correct for the time period that I'm actually reading from, but those are the pronunciations that I was taught for classical Greek. This is obviously much later, by roughly 1,000 years. So they would have actually probably been pronouncing it much closer to modern Greek if you know modern Greek, but it's easier for me to do it this way, so I'm just doing what helps me the most to understand. All right, so now I'll get to the translations. When Theodosius, the emperor or autocrat of the Romans, had been like removed from the sight of men, like a just man in these things, and doing the most and being good at war. Not he divided, but the kingdom of his was divided. He was succeeded, or the succession of his kingdom was to both his sons. Arcadios, on the one hand, Arcadios the older, he got the eastern portion, and the western was to Honorius the Younger. But so in this way, uh, the power of the Romans was divided from a, oh uh, from the time of from the and the Roman Empire was divided in this way from the time of Constantine and of his children being divided, or which was placed differently in the middle, the kingdom. Oh, and he moved the capital of the kingdom to Byzantium, uh, and the city came, and it became more famous. Um, the most, the more famous establishment from him uh, being set forth or sent forth by his name, I guess. Okay, and that's as far as I read for now. Okay, here's again reading from the source that I have uh, from iBooks. So the part that I translated is this: After Theodosius, the Roman emperor, had departed from the world, having proved himself one of the most just of men and an able warrior, his kingdom was taken over by his two sons, Arcadius the elder receiving the eastern portion, and Honorius the younger the western. But the Roman power had been thus divided as far back as the time of Constantine and his sons, for he transferred his government to Byzantium, making the city larger and much more renowned, and allowed it to be named after him. So you see there, I missed out a few details about the transfer of power to Byzantium, but I did basically get the right ideas there. So this is kind of how translation goes. Unless you're really doing a close word study, um, you kind of just work with getting the ideas, and the more you practice, the better you're able to actually narrow down those things and get them more precisely. So that's the short video I'll have just for today. Hopefully, as I get more into practice and have a little bit more of a regular schedule, I'll be able to do slightly longer portions and do them much better. So thanks for listening. And of course, you can always just go read Procopius on your own. It's more interesting than maybe it sounds when I hack through it in Greek. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, hopefully I'll have a more regularly posted Greek videos.